strength, or do you need to settle in more and stretch and feel the pose? Stick with it. 2 more rounds of breath. 1 more big inhale. Exhale to slowly come all the way up. We're coming into eagle pose, so don't bail yet. I know the left leg is shaking. Wrap the right leg around. Find the pose, yeah? Then left arm underneath the right. Again, wrap and find the pose. Hug belly button back to spine. Stack the bones here, stack the body. Breathe. 2 more rounds of breath. Hug it in, hug it in. 1 more inhale. Exhale and release. Okay, this is your one opportunity for a vinyasa. So if you want it, step to the top of the mat. Inhale the arms high. Exhale and forward fold, Uttanasana. I want you to fold towards your goals right there. Inhale up towards your goals as well. So visualize it again. Focus on what you want. Exhale, step back to plank pose. Plank pose and chaturanga symbolizing the strength we need to get there. Lowering down. Inhaling forward into upward facing dog, into all the possibilities. Exhaling back, downward facing dog. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. So just settle in, take any kind of variation you want of downward facing dog. All right, inhale to gaze forward and come into pigeon pose, Kapotasana on the right side. So right knee hugs in towards the wrist. Slide the left leg back. Take your time getting there. Bring the fingertips towards your sides and inhale to lift through the crown of the head. Puff up the chest. You can stay right here, really focusing on opening through the left hip flexor, the left psoas, or fold forward and bring the intention into your right hip. We're going to be here for about 30 seconds, so settle in. I really want you to keep the breath consistent and strong. Continue with that visualization of what your major goals are in life right now. Using that consistent breath, sending it to your right hip, clearing out stored tension, stored emotion, blockages, barriers, false beliefs, things that we tell ourselves over and over again. Let your breath just go in there and break it up, release it. 5 more rounds of breath. Feel free to do some neck rolls if you like. Anything that feels good. The same applies to life, right? Like, do what feels right. Do what feels good. Do what's going to move you forward. Another round of breath. Alrighty. Bring the hands to connect into the earth. Start to walk the hands back in, lifting the torso up. And then I want you to just hang here, okay? Stay here and just stretch the hip flexor again. Or if you're wanting more, start to bend the back leg and hug the leg in for a quad stretch. You can bring this right hand forward to support you. If you have full mermaid or pigeon, you can take that too. If you're like, what the hell are you talking about? Just hang out, okay? Breathe into whatever space feels great here. 2 more rounds of breath. 1 more inhale. Exhale, release that back leg and just roll onto your right hip and bring both legs out in front of you for Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Take your hands and scoop the fleshy bits away from you so you can really feel your sitting bones. Flex the toes back towards your face. Inhale, draw energy up through the crown of the head, up through your sitting bones. Legs are active. You should almost feel your heels lifting here. And another inhale, arms go high. Exhale to reach forward with your fingertips. Think flat, long back. Another inhale. And now exhale, fold. Whew, should feel really good. We're just here for 3 breaths, so sink right into it. Forehead towards the toes, legs are activated. Breathing here. Continuing to visualize what it is we need, who it is we want to be, and how we're going to get there, how we're going to live our journey. One more round of breath. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, release. One more chance for a vinyasa. I lied. So if you want to practice this, you can cross the ankles over one another and lift the bum up and shoot back to chaturanga. Sounds crazy because it is crazy, but do your best. So ankles cross over, hands plant by your sides, lift the bum up high, squeeze the legs back, and then step back into plank pose, lower down into your chaturanga. Inhale up into your Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Right into pigeon pose on the left side. So just hug the left knee in towards the left wrist. Slide the right leg all the way back. Making sure it's directly behind you. Fingertips by your sides. Inhale the heart up. And then choosing to stay right here, just really getting into the hip flexor or softening down into pigeon pose, bringing the intention into the left hip. Again, here for about 30 seconds. Keep the breath nice and active. Continuing to welcome the mind into the body, not let it race outwards and onwards, but bringing it back here into the space, into the present moment, thinking about your journey ahead. Five more breaths here. Again, rolling the neck and the head if it feels good. Or maybe you're in complete stillness, surrendering into the pose. There's no right or wrong. Always doing what feels good. Good, bold, and underlined and italicized with an exclamation point. One more big round of breath. Plant the hands. Start to walk them back in towards the torso, into the body. Lift the chest up high. And then you choose, stay right here. Keep stretching into the right hip flexor. Or bend the back leg. Reach back with the right hand and come into that quad stretch. One more round of breath. Slowly let that go. Fall onto your left hip. Swing the right leg around. And just coming all the way down. Actually, you're not coming all the way down. So we're going to have a minute of recess. What that means is choose anything you want to do. So you can come and lay on your back and just do Supta Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. I'm going to work on headstand. You're welcome to work on crow pose. You can do shoulder stand to plow. Really, the options are endless, but we're going to take a minute to focus on something we want to cultivate in our own practice. Here we go. The minute's starting. So anything that you want to do, honoring what it is you need right now. If you want to get some more energy, you can come into an inversion. If you want to cool down, move into something like Supta Baddha Konasana or another forward fold. Take your time, wherever it is you choose to go. Continuing to breathe steady, keeping the mind and the body staying present on the mat.